Okay, this is my second take, right? I'll use the one that best works, right? Okay, cool. So, I want to explain the how human beings see, right? According to the Holy Spirit, it's the Holy Spirit that showed me, right? Forget what science is, just fiction. They're just lying, right? It's not the truth. What the Holy Spirit, truth comes on only from God. The Bible says the Holy Spirit will tell you, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free, right? Very cool. And the Holy Spirit will show you the truth, right? So the Holy Spirit has showed me the truth of how the human beings actually see, right? Very cool. So let's get into it, right? So Jesus said that out of the heart comes evil imagination, evil thoughts. He said these are the things that make you unworthy to worship God, unfit to worship God. So me, I was like, this is what started everything for me months ago, right? I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what is Jesus saying? Heart, imaginations come from the brain, neuroscience, yada, yada, yada. And then the Holy Spirit was like, no. All those things is false. That is actually the heart, that the brain is just a radiator. This is why ancient cultures like Egypt, they would just remove the brain. They didn't care about the brain. So the heart that mattered, right? Okay, cool. So how does the heart generate images? How does the heart do vision, right? Okay, cool. So first of all, we have to understand what light is, right? Everything is sound. That's what John was saying. He said there was nothing that was made that was not made by sound, by the word, right? This is John chapter 1, right? So everything is sound. Everything in this world is sound, right? So even light itself is a type of sound. But light is a very low pitch sound. This is why when you see lightning and then you hear thunder, boom, that rumble is a low pitched sound. So light is a very low pitched sound, right? Around 20. Okay, we'll get to that, right? Okay, cool. So this still doesn't explain how human beings see. How do we see as human beings? Well, there's something called crude oil, right? So crude oil essentially can be distilled into, when it's extracted, it can be distilled into petroleum, it can be distilled into kerosene, it can be distilled into gasoline, it can be distilled into different things. It's the same thing with the heart, right? So the heart generates sound, right? And then there are these different cables, these arteries, these lungs, these cables inside our body that are filled with fluid and air, right? That distill that sound that is generated by the heart into different mediums, right? Into vision, into sound. So for instance, the lungs, they are usually filled with like air and it's big. So that sound that is generated by the heart is carried through the lungs and it becomes like our voice, like I'm speaking out, right? Now, there's also something connected to the heart called the ophthalmic artery, right? That one goes directly to the eye, right? Now, that one also contains fluid. Now, fluid is a very good conductor of sound. So this one carries like very low frequency pitch sound, right? Around 20 hertz, right? And that one comes to your eyes. Now, so what comes to your eyes is actually, eyes are actually a type of speaker. You will not believe it, but yes, the eyes are the human being. What we call eyes are actually speakers, right? So that light comes out from your eyes and touches objects and bounces back. Do you understand? So human beings see the same way. Bats do this too, through echolocation, right? It's just that our own echolocation is very, very good because the vibration of the sound is very low, essentially, right? So that is how human beings see, right? So, yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, so I have to round up the recording now, right? So essentially, it's important that we get our science from Jesus and not from like science, essentially, because science is mostly fiction, and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, they just tell you the truth every time, right? So this is very good news because it means that we can see with the AirPods. In fact, the device of the future, right? The computing device of the future is not even the iPhone; it's just the AirPods, right? Because we could just feed that sound directly into your eyes. And then you could have like tiny cameras and we don't even need camera at this point, it's just sound. We just feed that sound directly into your eyes. It will generate like a screen in front of you. Okay, let's not go into that. But people that don't have eyes, this is how you can see. This explains the miracle of Jesus and all this really cool stuff, right? So I just have to go now. Bye-bye. We thank the Holy Spirit. Bye-bye.